Hi, hello, my name is Jade and welcome back to my channel. I'm doing a voiceover because you could barely hear me. I was showing you what the one round of bleach did, and there's a spot right there that I'm pointing at that didn't lighten as much as everything else, so that's really all that I was showing you there. And I'm talking about dyeing my roots yellow. That's what we're going to be doing today, and then also dyeing the rest of my hair. I'm using Ion because I like this one. It's semi-permanent. Like always, I got my little black for my streak, and I got my greens. There's not much left in there. So. Sectioned out my black streak. And now we get started on dyeing my roots yellow. So what I do first is I outline the whole section like I do with my bleach. This is pretty much what I do every time I dye my hair, is I will outline, is it outline? But like just go around the edges of the hairline that is going to be that color. I just find it easier, and it makes sure that those get done, because if I don't do them first, I'll probably forget to do them. But that's just all I do. I end up going to using my hands at some points because the brush is hard to feel with, and I want to make sure that all the roots get covered, because if they don't get covered, you'll really know, because my roots are blonde and my hair is yellow, like, if that makes sense. I don't know. So I'm just going back and forth with my hands. See, I'm rubbing it in, and I'm also doing that because it'll help like kind of fade the colors together, because I didn't want it to be just a straight line yellow to green. Like, I don't like the look of that, so I like feather it in lower than it really needs to be, and it makes it easier to do that with my hands. So that's why I use my hands for a lot of this process. If I could see the back of my head or just all of my hair, I probably wouldn't use my hands. I would probably use a brush because I would be able to see what I was doing, but because I can't, I use my hands to see. Again, with the green, I do go back in with my hands just because I find it easier to make sure it's all blended with not being able to see the back of my head because I don't have a mirror back there. This is just personal preference. You don't have to do this if you're dyeing your own hair. You do whatever makes you more comfortable. This is just easiest for me. I'm able to like really massage it in there to make sure everything gets covered, and then it's easier to blend with the other color that's in my hair. At one point you will see that I do take my gloves off because these gloves are larges and they're too big for my hands, and they just they cause more issues than they do help. So I do take my gloves off and just dye with my bare hands. Most people would tell you not to do that, but honestly, it's just a little bit of color. I do it because it doesn't bother me. There, see? I don't have gloves on anymore. I do it because I can feel better. Like, I can feel my hair and where it is dyed and where it's not. So that's why I do it, and honestly, it comes off in just a few days. If you really wanted it to come off, you could probably use some rubbing alcohol and get it off faster, but it'll just wash off eventually. It'll stain your nails a little bit longer, but it will come off. So the green is in, yellow's in, had a few mishaps. It's really messy this time. I would really like all my stuff back. But now we're gonna do the black. Roots, if the black, I do use a brush in the beginning just to make sure I get everything really saturated. Like, I could use my hands, but I find it easier to outline the hair with the brush. And you'll see that I use it to section out really thin sections to make sure I get the roots. I do that because this is black and over top of blonde. I really, really don't want any blonde spots peeking through. So that's why I do it. And I will end up switching just over to my bare hands once the roots are all done. I also do cross sections in the black to make sure everything is covered, just because you would really, really notice if there was no, like, if you missed a spot, you know? But now I'm back to using my hands. This is the result of the hair dye. I really like it. There is a green spot on the yellow where it's not supposed to be, but that's okay. I still really like it. It is super pretty. I really like the yellow, green, and black going on, but the yellow does make my hair look greasier than it normally is. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.